This is fence 11, the Oxford and Whitney wine bar. Big bar on top of the hill there with a 180 top spread, but quite a decent sort of drop on the far side of it. Land, and then you have this sort of related distance, which is very much a related distance down through here to the corner. Quite a reasonable question, I think. Control and balance of how you land over this fence. Francis?
This, I think, is going to be an interesting question this far on in the course as well. And for you guys that are going to be stood here watching and having a look at this fence, the relationship between the big table to my right here and the corner over my shoulder is based around the way that we as riders approach this fence and jump the table here. The type of canter that you're looking for is a canter of the energy and still with a bit of length, but ensuring that we have the balance there, so that we use their power and their scope to jump that table to be able to maintain the balance and the control and therefore the rhythm through the turn to jump this corner. Any horse that rides in, I think that rides in strong to this fence and jumps out too big, especially on ground that's falling away like this, is going to risk running to the side here, or having a jump where they're having to come very handy to the fence. I think this is almost a time where you want to ensure that your setup is correct in your approach to ensure that you have a jump that is balanced and controlled to make the turn.
Definitely. Right? I think one of the interesting things this year is that there's been a slight rewording of the rules regarding black flag fences. And now with the black flag fence, that's a fence with an alternative option that's not actually part of the same fence. We call those black flag fences. They have a black line through the number. They can't now go round the fence that they're later intending to jump. So what that means is that when you jump over that bar here, if you jump the straight big bar, you have to come down and jump that corner. Because if you jump over that bar and go round the back there, which you used to be able to do, if you land in a crumpled up heap here, you go round the back there, you will have gone behind the fence that you're later intended to jump and completed a circle in jumping that fence, so that will be 20 penalties.
Could you not jump that and go around the back?
No, because you've completed a circle going around the fence that you've jumped already. So you can only jump this fence to that corner, or you can jump that slow alternative and go around there to that corner. There are 2 or 3 fences on this course where I've used that rule to my advantage to actually say, when you're riding this course, you have to have a feel for what you're sat on and the way you're coming to the fence. You can't land and then decide you're going to go slow. You're either committed to jump that line or you're committed to jump that line.
I think with fences like this, I think that's how it should be.
I think it is. I think that's a rider skill that we've slightly lost over the years of actually, that's the way the rule was with unjumpable fences, and the black flag rule confused it for a while, but now I think they've cleared that up, that actually we can go back to those fences and say, when you're riding, how you jump the fence before it, the 2 fences on the mounds, directly influences how you might approach this fence. Because definitely. Actually, if you've had a bad jump up there, you might think about going slow because you haven't got the option of jumping in there and taking a view as to whether you're going to do that. If you jump in there with absolutely no intention of going to that, but go around the outside of it, because you've completed a circle in doing that, you'll get the 20 penalties for doing that.
I think as a note for myself and anybody riding, those watching, that now that we've seen this combination here, I think this actually makes a difference to the way that we might jump that log pile before this as well. And in that respect, I'd say that we would use that log pile and our approach to the log pile and our type of jump over that log pile as a way to prepare us for jumping this. So rather than being too gallopy and open to that log pile, I think it'd be a good idea to come in a little closer to make them come up and down over the log pile. To get a good shape over that. To get a good shape to prepare us to have another good shape over this before making the turn to the corner.
And you're getting very much into the guts of the course here. When you start over this combination within the next 2 minutes of here, there's a lot of jumping to be done because you come from here to the water, to out of the water, to another combination, then another combination. So this is very intense, this little bit. I think that they'll be up on the clock coming out of the coffin or in this sort of area I think by the time they come out of this little section, they'll be well down, and they'll have to bring that back up again, and they've got some galloping later on in the course to do to catch up on that time.
This is going to be a fun fence to watch.
Yeah.